Hey everyone, Raven here. I'm just starting the second episode of Embrace the Spaghetti. Factorio run through, both a tutorial, a walkthrough, a discussion, and I hope you enjoy just the base that I'm going to be building. I'm going to be embracing all the spaghetti in the tangle and just the mess of a base. It's a fun way to play. I hope you enjoy. So we left off researching automation. I was going to start researching logistics next. The first thing that I need to do is start getting more coal, feeding everything into all my miners, and start automating, start working on automating pretty much everything. I think I have enough stone, so I don't really need to go back there and mine anymore. I need to get quite a bit more coal. And it looks like the stack size is 50. So those miners on the coal can only hold 50 ore each. So I have a total of 200 in stockpile. So I'm just going to start loading these guys up with 25 coal each. That should last quite a while. And then these ones I'm just going to load 20 into. Alright. Except that I kind of ran out of coal a little bit. So anyways, I have quite a bit of iron. I need to get some more coal to feed into the copper. And then I will start working on building electric mining drills and some automated factories. So, or not automated factories, they're called assembling machines. I should get the terminology right, but it doesn't really matter as long as I know what I'm talking about, right? So anyways, I'm going to get some assembling machines created. I'm going to work on them in the background. I'll run up here, load more coal into the copper facility so that I don't run out of copper, because that is important to make. I should take about half of that and load it into here. So now I have plenty of copper. I can start working on electric mining drills. I'm going to make 4 of these. That way I can start pumping some coal up to the factory. Because electric mining drills, assembly machines, they all take electricity. So I need to make sure I have enough electricity in order to actually power my base. So I'm going to run some power lines down to this coal location. Oh, I ran out of power poles. I'm going to need quite a bit more. So there's some more power poles. If you hold down left click, it keeps dropping them at a normally even space. So the other thing that I need is transport belts. I'm going to need a lot of these guys. So I just made a whole bunch. I don't think that is enough to actually run the coal up there after it's mined, but we will see. So in the meantime, I am going to start working on automating some of the transport belt production. So I'm going to do that. That way I can put some iron in there. We'll start making gear wheels, which is needed for actually making the transport belts. The other thing I'm going to do is make an iron chest, and I'm going to make 3 inserters. The inserters can take resources out of a machine and also drop machine resources into a machine. So I'm going to take one of the inserters, take the iron gear wheels from this machine and put them into this machine. That way, I will have transport belts automated, so I don't have to sit here and wait for my my inventory to actually make them by hand. So I now have 105 transport belts. I'm going to start working on the machines. I'm going to take these gear wheels and just put them into here. And I'm going to do that and that. Put the plate there, and drop some more iron plate in. That way it's going to automatically make my transport belts while I run down here and start working on automating the coal. So I'm going to put those there. I usually like to have my inserters in slot number 2, my belt in slot number 1, electric poles in slot number 3, but it doesn't really matter. You can kind of do it however you want. So now I'm just going to run some belt all the way up to my power plant, and I have the factory down. I don't want to move it, so I'm just going to run around it. And this is the fun of spaghetti. Kind of just run into little issues like this. So I'm just going to do some underground belt. That's what I need. So first I'm going to pick up this, and then I am going to get more iron. I always need more iron. Alright, there we go. I need to drop some coal in here, make sure I don't run out. That way I can make sure I keep my iron production pretty high. Beginning of the game, iron is pretty important to start getting your belts down, getting your electric mines all built up, and all sorts of other. You also need some copper, but it's not as significant. Oh, I can't actually do belts because I need to, or the underground belts, because I actually need to make more science. I need to research logistics. So I'm going to make 4 assembling machines, and I'm going to drop them here and here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to relocate my science. I'm going to put it right here. I like the idea of not being exactly next to the power station. That way I can grow that a little bit. And so now I'm going to drop power poles down. I'm going to make this into red science. That way the red science feeds directly into the science facility. The first thing though, I need to make more inserters. So I'm just going to right click on inserters. Right clicking will make 5. 5 of whatever it is at a time. If you left click, it only makes 1. If you shift left click, it'll make as many as you can based on the resources that you have in your inventory. So there's full copper in the assembling machine. And then I'm going to put a bunch of iron in both. So that way, these guys will start working on making red science plaques. The inserters will drop it in. I will start getting research towards logistics. So I'll let that go for a little bit. If you're running and you want to pick up resources, I need some more coal. I only have 43. So if I hold down F, I can pick up all the coal. And my base has run out of electricity. This has run out of coal. So I will drop some coal into it, and that way I'm not going to run out of coal for a little while. I do need to make some more inserters. However, I need more iron and more copper. So I'm going to pick up the iron there. I'm going to run down, pick up my coal so that I can feed it back into those miners and work on expanding my base. Always fun to expand. So now I have a whole lot of coal. I think I can just drop entire stacks of coal into these guys. See how? Oh, so maybe I can't drop entire stacks. Maybe I can drop half stacks. Let's see. There's 25, 25, 50. Go. Let's do that. Okay. So now I'm not going to have any issues with iron in the immediate future. I'm going to pick up more coal though, so that I could drop it into copper, because I think I'm going to be running out of fuel for copper. And now that I have a bunch of iron, I want to drop it into these guys so I can make some more belt. Control click, I pick up all the belt that's in the chest. And then I am going to drop there. That should be good. Just a little bit more iron in there. That way I don't have to worry about it as much. Oh yeah, my copper has run out of fuel. So I need to drop some fuel in there. I'm going to grab some of that and fill it up in here and pick up more copper, which means I need to make some more inserters because what I ultimately want to do, I ultimately want to feed coal into this automatically. So the bar is the side that the inserter picks up from. The arrow is what it drops into. So it's going to pick up coal, drop it into the boiler. So long as I have a belt basically going right here. So my idea is I am going to make some underground belt. I am going to place it here. Oh, it can't reach. Okay, so let's go like this, turn it a little bit, and now it can. Alright. So I am going to rotate it. Oh, hold on, I want to place a splitter down, that way I can have some running up that way so that I can make some more boilers over here. So I'm going to put a splitter down like so and do that. That way coal is fed here, the boiler will be automatically fed so I don't have to worry about running out of power. Logistics has finished, so now I need to research something else. Steel is handy. That way I can make a steel axe if needed, and it also goes into a lot of other production, such as heavy armor and oil processing, electric research, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Steel furnaces are also very nice. They are twice as efficient as the stone furnaces, so I do want to get steel. So the next step that I want to start working on is automating the iron mining. That way I don't have to constantly run back here, fill up the steel or the iron miners with coal or the smelters with coal. I'll get it so that it automatically is being taken out. I also need coal. I need a little bit more iron to make a little bit more, or a little bit more copper to make some more electronic circuits in order to actually finish producing the electric mining drills, maybe build some more labs, more assembling machines, and all sorts of things like that. So I'm going to make sure that the copper is topped off on coal and then start working on the smelters. So I'm pick up a stack. I can hold down control and left click on these guys and it will drop a full stack into them. If I right click, it drops half of a stack. So I'm just filled it up with coal so I don't have to worry about copper all too much in the near future. I have 8 electric mining drills. I'm going to start dropping these guys down. So I can't place it here because that's over the ocean. So I'm going to start just dropping it here. I like to keep a little bit of space between them so that I can walk around. Otherwise, you can kind of get stuck and you can't really access some areas. That symbol means that they're out of power, so I need to find need to power them up to my grid. I'm going to run it around the coast this way. I'm holding down left click, that way it just constantly spaces it out of nice. And as you can see, I have now powered the, I like it to look nice, but I have now powered the electric miners, and they are outputting copper ore onto this belt. So the next thing I need to do is just make some smelters, some stone furnaces. I think 20 is probably good. And I'm also going to need some coal. I'm going to make six miners, 3 of which will be for iron, 3 of which will be for copper. So I'm going to grab some more belt dough. Always need more belt. But I should be getting um, plenty of belts made. So once I get the iron mine up and running, that'll save me a lot of running around. So there's one. So I'm going to keep it separate from the power because I always want to make sure my power line has plenty of coal. It's backed up. Never don't have to worry about it running out or anything. I'm going to make sure it stays on a separate belt. So in the meantime, I am going to start dropping some of these guys down. And there we go. There's I'll use 4 for iron right now. So there's 4. I gotta drop a belt all the way over. This is gonna be a lot of running. Yeah. Oh, and I don't want to go that far. There's trees. Trees are very annoying. I have to chop them down. It takes a while. It's no fun. I want to make sure I know where I'm running. So I'm just gonna run up this way, run over here. Oh, Steel has finished researching. I do need to choose something else. Let's see. Since I only have red science being researched right now, I am going to do optics. So I can drop some, start making some lamps and drop them around my base so I can kind of see at night. Because as you notice, when it starts getting dark, kind of hard to see sometimes. Alright, so I'm just going to drop a whole bunch of furnaces down. Oops, I like to make sure that they're in line. So there's 10 furnaces. I'm gonna put 10 on the other side. That way, let's see. I like to I'm gonna put which way do I want it? I'm gonna build my base down, so I'm gonna put my belts here. That way I can put put some inserters there. Oh, and normally I like to make sure that there's a little space between these guys so that I can place some power poles in between them because always want to make sure you have power. And so I need there we go. So there's 20 20 smelters down. There we go. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Oh, and I ran out of power poles, which means I've ran out of wood. So I got to go down to this forest, mine some wood, make some more power poles, and finish that smelter. In the meantime, I also need a lot more inserters, which means I need a lot more iron ore. So I need to get that iron ore from my smelters. Okay, that should be plenty of wood. I'm going to make some more power poles. I'm going to pick up this iron. Oh, why is that one not displaying? Oh, is this one? Oh, this one is has already mined all that iron up. I might as well pick those guys up. Drop down more power poles, like so. And I do need to connect it up. So I am going to connect it up here. The other thing I need to do is I need to make a splitter. That way I can feed all this iron that's being mined to both of these smelters. So, like so. Then I take this, split it, and it starts feeding the iron down. and then I'll have the inserters pick it up. So there we go. I have iron coming down. I have insert. I need to start making a lot of inserts. That's going to take a while. In the meantime, I also need a splitter for the coal. So I'm going to bring coal up here. I already kind of messed up. You can see how this isn't really aligned properly. I'm going to have to find that, which isn't too big of a deal. Oh, oops. There we go. Problem solved. I ran into power lines. Not a big deal. So I'm going to run my coal up this way. That way I can pull coal off of that belt and put it into the smelters, because the smelters still run on coal. So I'm going to drop my inserters down. That way it starts loading the iron ore into the smelters. And I also need to have inserters on this side so that there's an output. There's no sense in, oh yeah, and now I also need an underground belt. So I'm going to make one of those. There we go. I got those going, and I need some more inserters. Never have enough. All right, there we go. So I only have 5 inserters. I am going to need 20 long inserts. I'm going to shift or right click on this long-handed inserters 4 times. Right clicking generates 5, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4. That way I have 20 long inserters to take the coal from 2 spaces away and feed it into the stone furnace. Anyways, Optics has finished researching, so the next thing I'm going to do is military. Military is important so that you can fight off the aliens when they start attacking. The more you start producing pollution, the more the aliens will attack you. They don't like pollution. This is their homeland. They don't want to be breathing in your toxic fumes from your smelting operation and all that. So soon enough, they will start attacking. So I'm going to have to start looking at building turrets and walls and all sorts of other stuff, guns and bullets, and fun stuff. I also know that in this version, the developers have made some artillery cannons, which those look like fun. I'm excited to try those. I can't wait until I get up to that level in the game. Because I've seen all sorts of things with them. Aliens will stand absolutely no chance. So, if you go to the map by pressing M, you can look at the pollution extents of your base. So all this kind of red haze that's kind of around your base, that's the pollution that your factory is kind of spewing out. They haven't gotten too far, so I'm not too worried about aliens attacking me soon. But as I continue to expand, aliens will start coming at me more and more. So, anyways, I'm going to put a cut in here. Again, thanks for watching, guys. Hit like and subscribe. Give me feedback in the comment section below. Let me know how I can improve your watching experience so that you guys can enjoy it. Anyways, until next time.